Welcome to Washington, D.C. We're just riding around on our one wheels. Behind me is the Kennedy Center. Wouldn't it be amazing if all of us lived a life and worked toward having a legacy like JFK and so many others? I mean, I think that's one of the things that's powerful about this place is as you roll around or drive around or walk around, there's a clear sense of legacy. The President Trump had announced that he's going to be opening a new park of American heroes. And one of the American heroes that he was excited to talk about was Billy Graham and the impact that Billy Graham apparently had on Trump and his father. And, you know, again, it's a legacy thing, right? Are we living a life in a way that would justify being a part of something like a park of heroes? Do we live a life that will inspire future generations? I'm here in DC for a number of reasons. I had some business meetings that were vital to be face-to-face, and many of my friends are involved in a gathering called the National Prayer Breakfast, and it's for anyone that is of a faith. If you're a theist, whether you're a Christian or a Jew or a Hindu or a Muslim or a mystic, there's a seat for you at the table. It felt like honor was more important than being right in the environment. And again, you know, it's one thing to build a legacy where your own little tribe, your own little community thinks you're a hero. But wouldn't it be great if we focused on building a legacy that even those that disagree with us, even those that would argue with us and fight against what we're about, would still say, well, I don't agree with that person or that community about this thing, but you know what? I respect who they are. It really is beautiful here. That's one reason why I wanted to come down to the water and take all of you on a ride with me. And so if I had a summary about my overall thoughts right now, it is live a life in order to build a legacy. Whether you hope to live a life that a government would think it makes sense to build something like a center after your name. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., there's a memorial that the first time I went there, I was silent for a half hour. I cried. I was overwhelmed with all of his quotes and what his life stood for. I think probably the greatest people that will ever live on earth will never be known. We'll never know her name. We'll never know his name. We'll never know what they did. We'll never know the number of orphans that they cared for or the number of widows they provided for. We'll never know the number of meals that they served or the number of roofs that they put over people's heads. They'll never be known on earth, but the legacy stands regardless. We don't have to have a monument, memorial, or center built after us for our legacy to matter. That's just an example of something that a person might be motivated to do all the hard things that are required to build a legacy so that they live a life that's worthy of something of that nature. But what really matters is the impact. And the impact should not be limited to just your own tribe and community celebrating you. The final thought I'll give you is in sports. In sports, people have their favorite team. And their favorite team, you know, might have the star player. And we might hate the other team against our favorite team or the other player. But there's always the greatest, right? There's the greatest basketball or proper football or American football or baseball or wrestling or whatever, the greatest. And even if they're on the other team, you still respect their legacy. May we live our lives, whether in government or in business or in nonprofit or in arts or in news and media or education, may we live a life where even people that are on the other team say to themselves, I may not agree, but I sure do respect the legacy that they've built. Honey, do you agree with me?
Yes.
See, she agrees with me. I hope you do too. Until next time, peace.